Honk, honk, cars are bumper to bumper as far as the eye can see. It's one of those mornings where the commute feels like a never-ending sea of frustrated drivers and blaring horns. The road signs lead to nowhere fast, as the whole world seems stuck in gridlock. You can practically feel the tension rising in the air, and that's just the beginning. Inside a packed subway car, Seongwu is fighting his way through a wall of bodies. "Excuse me, coming through," he says, as the crowd shows no mercy. It's a battle zone of elbows, backpacks, and people who seem determined to ignore any concept of personal space. The crowd surges forward, and Seongwu nearly gets crushed as he tries to make his way to the exit. We see the peaceful entrance to the subway, an oasis of glass and steel above the madness below. Don't be fooled. This is the eye of the storm, and inside, Seongwu's day is going downhill fast. "Excuse me, I'm going." But before he can finish, the crowd pushes harder. "No pushing," he yells, but it's like trying to stop a tidal wave. The hustle and bustle is real, and Seongwu's frustration is growing by the second. The subway screeches to a halt, and before anyone knows what's happening, people are swarming out like their lives depend on it. "This is hell," Seongwu mutters under his breath as the passengers pour out, filling the station with chaos. Commuting to college is the worst. Seongwu exclaims, his green backpack hanging limply over his shoulders. His expression is one of pure exhaustion, a man who has seen the worst the city has to offer, and it's only 8 a.m. How did I put up with this when I was a freshman? Now, with every passing day, he contemplates his options. At this rate, I'll need to either find my own place or drop out of school. Is that the right attitude for a former Special Forces Reserve Sergeant Seongwu? Our hero flinches as he's reminded of his military past. His friend, towering over him, looks amused at Seongwu's struggle. Apparently, even a tough guy like Seongwu can be brought low by the horrors of public transport. The moment begins with Seongwu confidently smirking. He throws shade at his friend Hanho. Big talk for someone who hasn't even done his military service yet. Hanho, looking flustered, responds with an eye roll and a frustrated "ah." Clearly, Seongwu hit a nerve. Hanho knows it. You could almost hear the sarcastic music playing in the background as Seongwu casually waves off Hanho's embarrassment, reminding him that time's ticking. How long can he avoid it? But Hanho isn't about to let Seongwu get the last word. "Got one thing to say to you, Seongwu," Hanho says, dramatically narrowing his eyes as if he's about to drop some life-changing wisdom. Declares that unification is totally going to happen. Seongwu's face screams disbelief, probably thinks, "Wait, we just switched from military service to cryptocurrency talk?" Seongwu, never one to back down, throws his rebuttal right back at Hanho. "Unification my ass. Why are you talking about politics when you don't even watch the news?" He lands a verbal stab as he brings up the sore subject of Hanho's ex, Myung. The air turns tense and you can practically feel the awkwardness creep in. Meanwhile, Hanho winces in pain, internally screaming, "Not the ex! Come on, Seongwu, that's below the belt." Seongwu struts off, leaving Hanho stunned on the steps of their college. The silence that follows is deafening. With every step, Hanho is left speechless, processing Seongwu's words. As Seongwu walks further away, the distance between them mirrors the emotional gap Seongwu just opened up. Poor Hanho. Seongwu, noticing the eerie silence, suddenly worries that maybe, just maybe, he went too far. "Hanho, are you crying?" For a split second, Seongwu looks genuinely concerned. He wonders, was I too harsh? But let's be real, he's more curious than apologetic. Hanho interrupts Seongwu's guilt trip by pointing to the sky in a panic. "No, but Seongwu? In the sky?" Seongwu, still skeptical, glances up. "What about it?" he asks, thinking Hanho's probably just seeing things, maybe imagining Myung in the clouds. Suddenly both guys are stunned as mysterious words flash across the sky. "Did you see those words in the sky just now?" Hanho asks frantically, tapping Seongwu to make sure he's not losing his mind. Seongwu's face, however, looks more like, "Dude, what are you even talking about?" Hanho, now full-on panicking, insists that the sky said something about downloading monsters. He vividly remembers the download bar was at 99%, and just as it reached 100%, the words disappeared. Seongwu, still half in denial, is more focused on teasing Hanho about missing his ex than whatever bizarre sky monster alert is going on. Hanho is in full panic mode, pointing dramatically at the sky above the library. "It was right there, I swear, above the library." But all Seongwu sees are blue skies and fluffy clouds. Do the eye roll. He's definitely not buying Hanho's story about mysterious skywards. Hanho, still pointing frantically, insists, "Monsters." Seongwu, not impressed. He grabs Hanho in a full-on bear hug, cracking his knuckles with frustration. "What video game were you playing yesterday? Can't you tell the difference between games and reality anymore?" Hanho struggles, his voice cracking. "No, I definitely saw something." Seongwu is having none of it. As the grip loosens, Seongwu looks back with a smirk and delivers the punchline. "You're just imagining things, because you've been drinking too much lately." Hanho's face screams, "Oh, I guess." And feel Hanho's confusion. Is it the sky or his questionable choices last night? Just when Seongwu thinks the nonsense is over, Hanho throws more shade, teasing him about falling asleep again. So much for the special forces. And bam, a rumble in the distance makes both of them pause. Seongwu's face goes from cool and skeptical to wide-eyed and alert. What was that? Oh, now it's getting real. Hanho, ever the awkward character, quickly dashes off with a wave, promising to see Seongwu at lunch. And earlier, I swear I saw words in the sky. Seongwu, tired of the excuses, brushes him off. Cut the crap, see you later. But we all know Hanho's mind is still racing with sky monsters and mysterious downloads. Seongwu heads to his next class, feeling slightly uneasy but trying to shake it off. The scene shifts to a classroom, room 404. It's a regular, dull lecture. Students taking notes, the professor droning on. But we all know Seongwu is not here for this. Seongwu's eyelids start to droop. Lecture feels more like a lullaby as he nods off. I'm so sleepy. Maybe I should have had that coffee, he mumbles, trying and failing to stay awake. It's no use, he's going under. And just when you think Seongwu's about to drift off into dreamland, the classroom transforms in an instant. A bright flash fills the screen. Seongwu is suddenly standing in front of a glowing futuristic screen with a chilling message. Which class will offer you the best chance of survival in an apocalyptic world? Please make your selection now. Wait, what? This is no ordinary nap. Seongwu's eyes widen, his sleepiness gone in a second, as the stakes have gone from snooze to survival. Talk about waking up to a nightmare. As Seongwu stands there, completely stunned by this crazy twist, pressure is on. What class will he choose? What's going on? Is this some kind of prank, or has reality glitched into a video game? His mind races as the countdown to making a choice begins. The light around him intensifies, and just like that, flash. We're left hanging. The screen flashes. Which class will offer you the best chance of survival in an apocalyptic world? Please make your selection now. Dongwoo, still a little groggy, rubs his eyes. Maybe he didn't get enough sleep, but this can't be real, can it? The screen flickers, and then, the classroom's projector suddenly malfunction. Seongwu looks around, the lights go out. All he can hear are the confused murmurs of his classmates. What? A blackout? Someone yells. Yep, something's definitely off. Seongwu scans the room, squinting into the unnatural darkness. Still daytime. How could it be this dark? Seongwu mutters to himself, suspicion growing. He knows this isn't just a regular blackout. Something strange is happening, and it's more than just bad timing. Meanwhile, one of his classmates frantically tries to power up his phone. But nothing. My phone won't turn on either. Panic spreads. What the hell is going on? Seongwu feels his pulse quicken as the gravity of the situation starts to settle in. Then, from across the room, someone shouts, "Wait, what's this?" Seongwu looks up. One of the students is staring at her phone in disbelief. Am I the only one who's seeing this? She asks, voice trembling. Weirdness just keeps on coming. As more students turn to look, they see it too. Floating screens flicker to life in front of them, displaying the same cryptic message. Which class will offer you the best chance of survival in an apocalyptic world? Chatter fills the room. Is it a hologram? Someone whispers. But this is no ordinary tech demo. This isn't a hologram or a hallucination, Seongwu says, narrowing his eyes at the strange floating interface. Everyone else sees the same thing. Whatever this is, it's real, and it's happening now. The tension in the room thickens as they realize they're part of something bigger. Much bigger. A countdown appears on the screen, 15 seconds remaining. Seongwu's eyes widen. What? Flash of light blinds him momentarily as the screen pulses. Time is running out, and he has no idea what choice he's supposed to make. As the pressure mounts, Seongwu is suddenly surrounded by holographic cards flying toward him with a dramatic whoosh. The cards swirl like he's trapped in a digital deck of some twisted game. Cards? Seongwu looks around, seeing various classes depicted on the cards. Warriors, mages, strange figures with intense expressions. These must be the survival classes, but there's no time to understand the rules. Do you guys see these cards too? Someone asks, breaking the tension momentarily. Seongwu hears a voice shout, "Don't touch anything yet." Warning echoes in the chaos as people panic over the swirling cards. Well, this definitely isn't normal. Seongwu's heart races. Not doing anything might be even more dangerous, tells himself, staring at the 10-second countdown. Is it asking me to pick a card? He feels the weight of the decision growing as time runs out. The pressure is unbearable. But what the hell are these cards? Am I supposed to play poker with them? Seongwu's thoughts are a jumbled mess as the time ticks down faster than he can figure out what's going on. The bump. The bump. Seongwu's heart pounds loudly as the countdown ticks closer to 0. 7 seconds remaining. The walls seem to close in on him. He knows he has to act. But what should he choose? In a burst of light and speed, a sword materializes from one of the cards, cutting through the chaos with a giant clunk. The blade lands before them and someone in the crowd stares in disbelief. What's this? A sword? Seongwu's eyes widen. No way, that warrior card just disappeared. This isn't a game. It's real. His instincts tell him he's in for the fight of his life. Hang on, didn't the message ask which class would offer the highest chance of survival? Seongwu pieces together the cryptic question as he quickly surveys the remaining cards. Each card has a different number of stars, and it's all or nothing now. Seongwu makes a split-second decision. Whatever, I'll just pick the card with the most stars. Desperate times call for desperate measures. He reaches for a card, hoping it's the right one. A screen pops up. You have selected your class card. The moment of truth has arrived. What will Seongwu become? The screen flashes. Necromancer. Cue the dramatic entrance of a bone-chilling figure rising before Seongwu. Was this the best choice for survival? Only time will tell. Seongwu stares at his glowing hands in disbelief. Necromancer? He mutters. Well, this wasn't exactly what he had in mind, but it sure is cool. Flash. And just like that, everything returns to normal. Seongwu finds himself back in the same room. We're back. But something tells him this is just the beginning of their chaotic adventure. Seongwoo's classmate grabs a mysterious handle, and with a quick slide, a weapon begins to reveal itself. It's a massive sword. Character lifts it, clearly shocked and unsure what they've just summoned. What just happened? Someone yells, while the sword wielder, equally confused, says, I felt possessed, and now this sword. After picking the warrior card, this sword just appeared. Everyone stares, wondering what comes next. Seongwoo stares at his hand, eyes wide, trying to wrap his head around what just happened. Wait, does this mean I'm actually a necromancer? He wonders aloud. Just as he's trying to figure out why nothing magical has appeared, a loud crash interrupts his confusion. Crash! A bloodied classmate lunges at Seongwoo, screaming in agony. It's chaos as his body is hurled forward, seemingly by an unseen force. Seongwoo's face is full of shock. Things have just taken a horrifying turn. Seongwoo's classmate struggles, a dark figure clinging to his back with glowing yellow eyes. Tackle, tackle. Seongwoo panics. Someone please, get this thing off me. But before anyone can react, slam! The poor guy is slammed to the ground, blood splattering everywhere. Seongwoo is frozen in terror. This is definitely not the hero journey he imagined as a necromancer. Things take a darker turn. Classmate now on the ground is repeatedly stabbed by the vicious creature. It hurts. He gasps, his voice barely audible. Desperation fills the air as the classmate weakly pleads. Please help me. But all hope is fading fast. Seongwoo and the others can only stand there, horrified and helpless. With a final slump, the classmate collapses, lifeless. The eerie creature on his back, a small but sinister-looking figure with bright yellow eyes, lets out a chilling shriek. Seongwoo can't believe his eyes. This was no game, and the price for power has just become horrifyingly clear. Seongwoo, still standing, looks on in horror. He wanted answers. Well, here they are in the form of a screeching monster standing atop his now dead classmate. This isn't a game anymore. Eek! Someone yells. The other students panic and rush to the back of the room, completely freaked out by the monster. One question on everyone's mind, what the hell is that? Seongwoo finds himself alone, staring at the carnage from afar. Damn it, I just had to sit in the back today, Seongwoo thinks. Great job, Seongwoo. Not only is he stuck near the monster, moving could get him killed. His heart races, torn between running and staying put. Guess that's what happens when you choose necromancer. The monster screeches, looking more pissed than ever. The students are hysterical. Someone screams, Minsu, your sword, do something! Poor Minsu looks like he's about to pass out from fear, clutching the oversized sword. What's he gonna do, hug the monster? Minsu panics. What do you want me to do? Seongwoo grins mischievously. You've got a sword, remember? He says, his eyes gleaming. Seongwoo isn't exactly comforting, but hey, maybe they can survive this. Stay tuned to find out if they make it out alive. Seongwoo, our reluctant necromancer, is visibly panicked as his classmate, wielding a sword, is equally freaked out. What do you want me to do? Classmate yells. Seongwoo, deadpan, seems resigned to the chaos, thinking, I'm screwed. Things are spiraling quickly, and no one has any idea how to handle the monster looming nearby. Suddenly, the goblin-like creature lunges forward, its eyes glowing with malicious intent. Panel captures the terrifying energy as the beast screeches, ready to strike its next victim. Seongwoo is caught between fight or flight, unsure of what his next move should be. As the goblin rushes towards Seongwoo, he mutters regretfully, Damn, if I knew this was going to happen, I would have run away earlier. Classic hindsight. Seongwoo tries to dodge, but his heart is pounding. You can almost hear the uh-oh running through his mind as the creature closes in. In a split second, Seongwoo realizes the worst mistake he could make is turning his back. His wide eyes show pure fear. No, wait. If I turn my back on it, it'll be the end for me. He's caught in a life-or-death moment, with no clear plan on how to escape this monster. In a moment of desperation, Seongwoo performs a swift spin to avoid the goblin's deadly grasp. His movements blur across the panel, creating a whirlwind effect, causes blood to splatter. Impact of his movement is felt even in the next frame. The goblin slams into the ground as Seongwoo manages to deflect the attack. Panel is filled with action as the monster screeches in frustration, while Seongwoo is left panting, realizing how close he came to becoming goblin fire. It's a small victory, but how long can he keep this up? Seongwoo stares down the charging beast. He tries to convince himself that it's small and probably weighs 30 pounds, but the beast's terrifying snarl says otherwise. Confidence? Shaken. In a moment of desperation, Seongwoo snatches up a nearby chair. His battle strategy? Chuck it at the beast with a furious shout. Chairs, the ultimate monster deterrent, the beast isn't fazed. Instead, it smirks. Yes, smirks, before launching itself at Seongwoo with terrifying speed. Time to panic. Seongwoo's face twists in horror as he realizes things are going downhill fast. Rattling of his nerves is as loud as the approaching beast. He's in trouble, and he knows it. Just when things look bad, Seongwoo surprises everyone, including himself, by spinning and slamming the goblin beast onto the ground with a powerful blow. Who knew he had it in him? Looks like Seongwoo isn't going down without a fight. Tables have turned, as the beast lies defeated beneath him. Huffing from exertion, Seongwoo stares down at his unexpected victory. Suddenly, a glowing game-like message flashes before Seongwoo. You have received 10 gold for defeating a goblin. Seongwoo stares at it in disbelief, the absurdity of the situation not lost on him. What the? Seongwoo is visibly confused, as this entire ordeal now feels like a bizarre video game. His classmates whisper among themselves, looking equally bewildered but with a lot more terror in their eyes. Seongwu snaps out of it, determining that his top priority is to figure out what the heck that message means. Goblins? And gold? Has this world finally gone off the deep end and turned into a fantasy game? Another glowing message pops up in front of Seongwu. You can command the dead under your authority. The revelation is shocking. Is Seongwu becoming some kind of necromancer? The command list appears, detailing Seongwu's newfound ability to summon a goblin skeleton. Level 1, equipped with a dagger. It's official, Seongwu now has his very own undead minion. With this newfound power at his fingertips, Seongwu finally realizes that he's been classified as a necromancer. Let's be honest, his inner monologue is probably saying, I guess this isn't so bad after all. But the others still have no clue what's happening, and Seongwu is about to give them a show. With a bright, eerie blaze, a skeleton rises from the goblin's remains. Seongwu watches in awe as his necromancer powers bring the goblin back to life. It's spooky and amazing all at once. Seongwu recalls his necromancer class's key ability, summoning the undead. A massive, ghostly figure looms in the background, the embodiment of his newfound dark powers. The skeleton army is coming, and Seongwu is now their master. He might have started as a confused student, but now he's an undead commander, ready to face whatever comes next.